Hey the rulers, DMO73 here, bringing you the deck list for the Deus Ex Combo list. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Ruler School is brought to you by Odyssey Games, where you can go to pre-order upcoming Force of Will sets, ccgprime.com for singles and supplies, cardodoko.com for those rulers in the international market looking for product, the Ruler School Circuit Series now offering our 2024 Quarter 1 circuit kits, and our guest lecturer members, Vizjerei. Class is in session. So here is the list. Just before we get started though, I do want to send you a reminder that February 10th and 11th we have our Discord quarterly circuit event. You can check the details in the description below to try to get your hands on one of the amazing top 8 mats for this quarter's circuit. You can get signed up there. We hope to see you there. So, Deus Ex Combo. It is this whole idea of using Deus Ex Machina and using Deus Ex to be able to do the beautiful thing that protects combo decks of just ordering a Guinevere so that your combo works well. I do want to say this idea, I was first showed up by Casey Madden, and I know that Only Foul TCG, who I have a link in the description as well, also did an article about this. Their list looks a little bit different. It's kind of running a similar core, but played to a different meta, and they do a really good in-depth analysis on it. You should definitely go check that out. This is where I landed on the list, mainly because of what my locals is, specifically just to have a little bit more protection in the list with Lorite, because we have a lot of people playing orders, and so Persephone's not as great against orders. And then I'm also playing Cascades because it helps to be able to protect, because the main combo of this deck takes place in main phase, so Cascade lets you kind of set up to protect it. So the main idea is Replicant Deus Ex. When you solarize it, it takes all counters of any type from anything and triples them, which is really interesting because these magic stones from Vingolf 3 that just got reprinted in the packs come in with magic counters. So you can take those magic counters and turn them into +1/+1 counters. And then from there, you're really trying to slam down +1/+1 counters on a couple of things. You take them to Asmodeus Demon, who then just life losses your opponent to death, or you slam them onto an Oberazuki, who can keep your opponent's board clear forever, as well as being a huge swing. That being said, you sometimes can just get enough +1/+1 counters so that, like, if anything isn't blocked, you can just throw all the counters on that to do lethal. That's kind of the main idea. You just kind of have this flexibility of it too. So something to kind of note about this is the way that you kind of turn one Replicant Deus Ex into 2. You can remove +1/+1 counters until you get down to 4 +1/+1 counters. And then you can remove 2 +1/+1 counters and put them back in your hand to search for a Machine Resonator. The deck only has 2 Machine Resonators in it, one being Deus Ex Machina God of Machines, which lets you set up for like an infinite +1/+1 counters, which I'll talk about in a minute. And then the other one is Magic Storing Golem. Magic Storing Golem will get cheated out, and then you just banish him immediately to produce blue and green, solarize again, and just replay the same Deus Ex, and you just triple your +1/+1 counters again after you've already tripled them and then doubled them, which is just kind of insane. So, and then the way it works with the infinite with Deus Ex plus God of the Machines is if you have Deus Ex God of Machines and Replicant Deus Ex, and they both have enough counters on them, Deus Ex can put one counter, burn one counter to put 2 counters on Deus Ex, and then Deus Ex can move one counter back to the Replicant, and you just keep generating +1/+1 counters infinitely until you have the full suite of infinite +1s, and then you kill your opponent however you want to do it from there. So to go into the just full list, it's 4 Replicant Deus Ex and 1 Deus Ex Machina from DBV, 4 Cascades, 4 Asmodeus Demons, 4 Oberazukis. I'm playing a couple last movements as well. This is mainly to service some spot removal, as well as the fact of, like, sometimes you just need to be able to solarize and you haven't hit anything to solarize with, so that helps there. The 3 Magic Storing Golems, 3 Ray Asnable to be able to stop some enter effects and just have some better interaction as a heavy blue core deck. Knight of Knights, which is really nice to then trigger, like re-trigger Oberazuki after you order her, is really nice for just 1. A few copies of Solaria's Wind for additional protection, Lorites, Guinevere's, and setting the stages, which is great. And then, of course, in the side deck, we're playing 1 Knowledge from the Future, because why not? It is free to be able to just have that revealed and pay 1 and draw 2 cards, which is very nice. You know, as long as you control a machine entity, which is pretty easy to do. Stone base-wise, we're playing a bunch of the Vingolf 3 stones, a single copy of Secret Stone, and then a couple copies of Moonshade just for some flexibility. Overall, this list is an absolute ton of fun. It is a very cool combo list and very silly to see how quickly you can go off if your opponent doesn't have the interaction, but it does have ways to really establish itself and try to pull off the combo like turn 3 or turn 4 with protection, thanks to things like Cascade, Last Movement, and Solarius Wind and setting the stage. So that is it for the list. Always, you can find the link to this list in the description below if you want to check it out for yourself. Thank you all so much for watching, and let us know if you have any other crazy ideas that you've pulled off with any of the replicants. I'm very curious to see how they make splashes outside of Arc. And until next time, this is DMO73 saying, class dismissed.